Welcome everybody, and today we're taking a look at the third film in the Mexico Macabre box set from Indicator, and that is 1962's The Brainiac. So this is directed by Chano Urita, who also did The Witch's Mirror, which was the previous effort in this box set. And yeah, this is a supernatural horror film, clocking in at 77 minutes long, which is only a couple of minutes longer than the previous film. And this stars Abel Salazar, who is in Black Pit of Dr. M, although only in a minor role, so that's why I didn't mention him in that review. But he does appear in the next film in The Curse of the Crying Woman, in again another leading role. Also stars Ariana Welter, who was also in Rage from 1966, starring Glenn Ford, and David Silver, who was also in Rage, although in a much smaller role than Welter was. And this is set in this in 1661 in Mexico. The Baron Vitellius of Astara is sentenced to be burned alive by the Holy Inquisition of Mexico for witchcraft, necromancy, and other crimes. As he dies, the Baron swears vengeance against the descendants of the Inquisitors. 300 years later, a comet that was passing overhead on the night of the Baron's execution returns to Earth, bringing with it the Baron in the form of a horrible, brain-eating monster that terrorizes the Inquisitor's descendants. This third film in the box set represents a major drop in quality over the prior two, whereas there was only a slight difference in quality between the previous two films. This, over those two, it drops way down, unfortunately, which primarily comes down to the script and the plot, as both really are rather quite dry in their execution. And in terms of the plot, at least, it is really rather repetitive in that the majority of the kills are executed in a broadly similar manner while being set up in the same way, which makes them not wholly satisfying. It also has a slow start with a rather long-winded court scene, which isn't particularly well, edited or shot or anything like that. It's only got a couple of camera angles, and overall the plot is quite predictable. That said, despite the extremely cheap-looking costume of the titular Brainiac, it is fun to see it when it does make an appearance. The film is predominantly effective at evoking the universal monster films of the 30s and 40s with its cinematography and general tone. Once it gets out of its first act, it is well paced. The cast is decent, and even though it is flawed, I did still overall find it to be engrossing. So, just a shame really that it is a drop in quality. I kind of was expecting it, given the Letterboxd average rating is the lowest of the four films, so I was expecting a slight drop in quality, maybe over the other two, maybe a 3.5-star film or a weak 4-star film. But it's unfortunately only a 3 out of 5 for me personally, which is 1 star lower than The Witch's Mirror, also from the same director, and 2.5 stars lower than 1.5 stars lower than the first film. What's it called again? Oh yeah, Black Bit of Dr. M. 1.5 stars lower than that, unfortunately. So which is a bit of a shame, really, because on the face of it, it does look like a really rather fun creature feature kind of monster film, but unfortunately, the cheapness of the costume, the repetitive plot, the script not being the best written, just ultimately undermines it. So, hopefully the fourth and final film in this box set will pick up the quality. It does look like a really rather good film, and it does star one of the actors in the previous ones. I think she was in The Witch's Mirror. I think it's Rita Arenas, so hopefully that'll be better than this. As I'd hate for the box set to end on a low note. I'm sure some people will get enjoyment out of this, but for me personally, it just didn't hit right. So which is a bit of a shame, because I was kind of looking forward to it, especially being a fan of those 50s and 60s creature features or monster films. So but on the whole, if you've seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts from it. But me personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Nonetheless, though, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.